Yoshario is dropping a new video, everybody. We gotta check this out.
Don't you ever play Mario Kart 8 online and all of a sudden you see someone playing Pink, Gold, Peach and think to yourself,
Yes.
who is picking that character?
I have.
No?
I have seen that.
Me neither, to be honest.
I've hated that.
Nobody plays her.
Wrong, I've seen people play them.
What I mean. What I wanted to say with this is that there is some Mario Kart characters that doesn't make sense on the first sight. That
Agreed.
They them into the game.
Agreed.
That's exactly what I want to talk about today. The weirdest character choice of every single mainline Mario Kart, and we're gonna put them in a tier list. So without further ado, here we go. Super Mario Kart. Especially
Let's see what he's got to say here.
It's actually quite hard to find a character that's not fitting into the roster. You know, it's 1992. There is not that much Mario content out there yet, so they don't have
True.
options to choose from.
But there are some.
In this case of Super Mario Kart, I think I'm gonna pick Koopa Troopa though.
I don't know.
Seems like a more obvious pick
Because he is. Wait, no. He is. Hold on. He is. He is. Donkey Kong is. Donkey Kong existed prior to 1992. Not like the, Donkey Kong Country or anything. No. Like Donkey Kong existed prior to 1992. So why is Donkey Kong Jr. in the game? That is the more bizarre choice. Yeah, maybe Koopa Troopa is like one of those side characters type thing. Maybe he's not an antagonist. Maybe he's not a protagonist. Maybe he's not the good or bad guy. He's there. He's, supposed to be a minion or a sidekick or something. But Donkey Kong Jr. is the weird choice. Think about it. He was around. There's other choices. Pauline. They could have easily used Pauline from the Donkey Kong arcade. They could have used Donkey Kong from the Donkey Kong arcade. As real and as crazy as this sounds, they could have used Dr. Mario, because that was a real thing prior to Super Mario Kart. Instead, they went with Donkey Kong Jr. Koopa might be a weird choice for people, but Donkey Kong Jr., I gotta hear what he says though.
Donkey Kong? But at the time when Super Mario Kart got released, Donkey Kong Country wasn't out yet for
come on.
more years.
That doesn't matter.
So I choose Koopa Troopa. I mean, don't get me wrong, he fits here as well, but he seems a little off compared to the other characters.
Sure.
All the other ones are the main protagonists.
Oh, okay.
Of the Mario franchise.
I love that.
Mario, Luigi,
I love that he mentions
Yoshi, Bowser, Toad, and...
Look at that real quick. Everybody there is technically protagonist, antagonist. I mean, even you get to play as Peach in Super Mario Bros. 2. Like, you get to play as all these characters. But why is Donkey Kong Jr. there?
Donkey Kong Jr. Koopa is just the right hand of Bowser. Just
True. True.
To me, he's much more though.
Aww.
I love you, Koopa.
Aww.
If I'm being honest,
That's so sweet.
To pick for that game though, maybe Birdo.
No.
SNES Koopa goes in B tier though.
Bad
Mario
choice.
Kart 64. Mario Kart 64 actually didn't change that much in the character roster. They exchanged Donkey Kong Jr. with Donkey Kong.
Right choice. The right choice indeed.
Donkey Kong Country. Then they took out the homie Koopa Troopa and put Wario in here.
A great choice indeed.
The weirdest character choice has to be Toad. No joke. Wario actually makes more sense than Toad in my eyes, because he actually has multiple own games at that time. And
oh my, actually that makes a lot of sense.
Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. So Toad, I'm sorry, but you seem like the oddest choice here. A tier though.
Wait, because oh my god, because he is.
Every Mario Kart basically. Mario Kart.
I agree.
Okay, the character roster hasn't changed at all, other than adding different colors for the Yoshis in multiplayer.
Sure.
So it's gotta be Toad again.
I'm with him.
And here he is A tier again.
I'm 2 for 2 with him there.
In that game. He's one of the best.
We will disagree on SNES,
but still A tier. Mario Kart.
I agree.
Double Dash. Okay,
finally. Alright, this is a very important game for me.
They had to be made a lot of odd choices because Nintendo needed a pair
Don't let
of
me down.
characters for the system of having teams of 2 in each card with special attacks. So that's why in that game there's Birdo, Para Koopa, and even Petey Piranha and King Boo.
Yes.
Gotta say that King Boo and Petey Piranha actually make more sense than Koopa Troopa again.
Thank you. Thank you, that makes a lot of sense. Because Luigi's Mansion, Sunshine, they were very, very popular in those games as antagonists, as the villain. They were always there. Now, Petey Piranha wasn't the main villain in Super Mario Sunshine, but he was a big part of World 1. My bad, World 1. He was there. He was there twice. He was all the way at the top of the windmill, and then he was there off in the distance, and he was somebody who was a mini boss or a smaller boss compared to Bowser. But he made a lot of sense in Double Dash.
And especially more than Power Koopa. Because remember, Luigi's Mansion is out, Super Mario Sunshine is out. Both of these characters play a huge role in these games, so it makes sense to put them in there.
Agreed.
I mean, it makes sense, Koopa, Power Koopa, but me personally, I would have liked Koopa to team up with Goomba a little bit more, because I think they are the most
I don't know.
enemies from the Mario franchise.
He is right. They are the most iconic. I will give him that. But what item would you give Goomba? The Toads had the golden mushroom. The Baby Mario, Baby Luigi had the chain chomp. Mario and Luigi had the fireballs. Yoshi and Birdo had the eggs. What is Goomba's ability? Up to this point, we were just stomping on Goombas. That's all we were doing, is stomping on their heads, getting points. What is his ability? That's all I gotta say.
I mean, the special attack wouldn't have made any sense anymore, yes, but they would have needed to think of something else then. Power Koopa most definitely isn't the great, but it still makes a little sense, so let's say, not F, let's say D tier. Mario Kart, yes.
Fair enough.
It's Rob.
Agreed.
Rob, I don't know what you want to call him, but it's Rob. And without a doubt, he's the first S tier of the video. Even though he's the most random character this far, by far, I think a lot of kids back in the day in my generation chose him as their main in Mario Kart DS.
A lot of people did.
It's cool, and in my opinion, he's actually the best driver next to Drybones in the entire game. And he most definitely should make a comeback. Maybe I'm recording this video right here on the 1st of April.
I don't know that.
The day before the Switch Direct, so maybe we will.
I don't know if we're gonna get Rob.
Tomorrow. Nope. Mario Kart.
Maybe, I don't know.
Here I gotta name 3.
Maybe.
Honestly.
3.
First
What do you
off,
mean
the
3?
most obvious one. Funky Kong.
Agreed.
What's he doing here?
Agreed. Hold on, real quick. I don't care if he's your main. I do not care if you like Funky Kong. I use Funky Kong from time to time because he's supposed to be the best character, the best stats. Like, we get that. That's why we used Funky Kong as kids. That's why we used him in online races. That's why in the modding community we still use him to this day for speedrunning and anything else like that. But why was he included? Give me one reason besides Funky Kong is awesome or Funky Kong is cool. Give me one reason why he was here.
Mind. The first Donkey Kong Country is one of my favorite games ever, but still. I actually think it's because they had an already existing character design from Barrel Blast. They just thought, why not put him into there as well.
That's some good logic. That's actually some good logic.
Crazy. He is for sure as the rank though. I know he can be a little bit annoying because all the online hardcore gamers always chose him and you
Agreed.
no chance against them, or at least I didn't. But still, you can't deny that he has swag and the best stats. The other characters that I want to mention are Baby Peach and Baby Daisy. Baby Mario, okay.
Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, we get that from Double Dash. I get it. Family-friendly console. Young boys, young girls. Makes sense to me, at least.
Baby Luigi, well, I mean, okay, because of Double Dash. But them, I think the reason why they're in here is pretty clear, though. The Wii was heavily advertised as a family console.
Stop! Stop! No way!
And I think every age
ain't no way we got the same mind process. That's crazy.
Somehow could relate to. So I bet a lot of little sisters around the world chose Baby Peach or Baby Daisy as their main character.
I'm with you there.
Right to drive with,
that's crazy.
C tier.
Sure.
Both of them.
That's
Mario
bold.
Kart Honey Queen. Come on, that was obvious.
You just got right into it.
Why is she in here?
Agreed.
I only know her from that one time we climbed on her.
Exactly. Why is she here?
And then she just shows up to the party here. I think she might be one of the most random characters in the entire franchise, to be fair. I actually like her design, to be honest, but that's about it.
I don't like Honey Queen. I don't think she's necessary for the game. I think there's so many other characters they could have chosen, but why Honey Queen? I can't give you anything There's no
People
logic.
actually hated her because there was a rumor that she replaced Waluigi in the roster.
No.
Later turned out to be wrong, but D tier.
I'm gonna say
Because,
that didn't seem
the
right.
design is alright, and there is way worse to come. Mario Kart
Sure.
8. Mario Kart 8 actually expanded the franchise a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart 7 actually already had a little tiny glimpse of what will happen in Mario Kart 8.
Sure.
They added Woohoo Loop and Makawoohoo, 2 tracks that were not taking place in an official Mario world. Then in Mario Kart 8 they added the Villager,
Oh, true.
Isabelle, and some tracks from their franchise.
True.
Do I consider them to be the weirdest choices of the game? I don't. To me, the weirdest and worst character of the video is someone totally different. Pink, gold.
Yes, finally. Finally we can talk about it. I've been saying this for years. The worst character added to any Mario Kart game right here. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. I'm just saying the worst. What is the point of this?
Metal Mario makes sense. Smash Bros. Mario 64. But Pink, Gold, Peach
Doesn't make sense at all.
Just came up with that. And then actually went along with it.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I don't really know what else to say about this, to be fair. F.
Good.
Tier.
As bottom as can be.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you know that I don't like the booster pass too much. But the
Ooh.
character choice? That's totally fine.
Oh.
Kamek, Wiggler, fair enough. Peachette is a little bit off though.
Yes.
To be fair. I mean, it's basically Toadette, but with a power-up. The same goes obviously for Cat Peach or Tanuki Mario, but here's a little different because they stay in character.
I agree.
Peachette, you're basically driving
They're not.
Toadette, but in Peach's body,
Hold on. Real quick.
Tanuki Mario, but here's a little different.
There it is. I might not be a fan of these choices. I don't think they're the greatest addition to any Mario Kart game. I get that they are used in other Mario games outside of Mario Kart, but they're still better options than Pink, Gold, Peach, and Peachette. I will scream that forever.
Peachette, you're basically driving Toadette, but in Peach's body.
Exactly.
That means her mind is still Toadette's, though, right? That's all too confusing for my age. So I think she might be the oddest choice of the game. Her
I don't
driving skills
know.
are quite good though, actually the same as Yoshi, and Yoshi is top tier Mario Kart 8 Deluxe drivers. So we gotta keep that in mind. By the skills, right? By the skills. It actually has to be like A tier. But by the obvious, it's like F tier. Let's say B, because skills are bad. Let's say B.
That's too generous. That's way too
Mario
generous.
Kart Tour. With all the different variants and characters this game has, it's
What
almost
is this gonna be?
impossible to choose one. But in the end, one character actually caught my attention because I love him so much, and it is Poochie. After over 20 years, almost even 30 of his first appearance, Nintendo
didn't think of
decided
that
to
at
give
all.
him a spot in a Mario Kart game. That's crazy stuff. I love Poochie. He's the best. He's my boy. I think he's an odd choice because he's a character
Get
that
licked,
was
I
never
guess.
really on the radar
Thanks.
for Nintendo. He's a companion of Yoshi in most of the games, and that's it. So to finally play as him, that's to my taste right there. I mean, yes, there is like Tetris Attack, and there is like Poochie Dash in Yoshi's Woolly World 3DS version. But other than that, and he's actually a good driver.
Okay, you know what? I didn't play too much Mario Kart Tour. I played a little bit before they started going crazy with so many different variants of characters. I never played when Poochie was added. But I can get behind this. I can get behind it. It makes sense to me. Because you got a bunch of characters that we know and love. And then you're wondering why we got characters in different costumes. But they're just having fun with it. It's a massive roster because of the costumes, sure. I think they were doing that to then expand Mario Kart for other reasons to come in the future. But to add Poochie, as cool as he might be, as good of a driver as he may be, and all the stats behind him, not the weirdest, just a very odd choice indeed.
Me. And he a dog. I can't
And he a dog.
Again, I hope they bring him back in Mario Kart 9, honestly.
Nope.
No.
And that's it.
Not a
Thank
chance.
you all so much for watching this video. Consider to like and subscribe if you like.
Do me the favor, if you haven't, go subscribe. I have the link to his channel down below in my description. This is a fantastic video. I agree with a lot of choices. I will disagree on the Super Mario Kart, the SNES Mario Kart. I will disagree. Fine by me. I will have an honest discussion. But I will disagree and tell you that the obvious choice, Donkey Kong, 1,000,000%. He was a character. He may not have been a character that everybody knew back in 1992, unless you were in the arcades, but he was there. There are so many choices. They actually probably could have made that a 12-character roster. You have DK, if you want to, and I'm saying if you want to keep, Donkey Kong Jr. and Koopa. But then you got DK, you got Pauline, you got Dr. Mario, and then I'm sure that you could find one other character, even if that means like we go to Punch Out where Mario is the ref and you use one of those characters. Or you use somebody else and you create somebody on the spot, a brand new character. You could have made, a 12-character roster. But thank God they didn't. And right there, DK, wildest choice. That is what I'm saying for Super Mario Kart. Everything else, though, Pink Gold Peach is the worst. If you can't get behind that, then you got to tell me in the comments below. Who is your choice as the weirdest character in Mario Kart up to this point? I'll even let you include Mario Kart World. Hope you guys have a good one.